Welcome back to another edition of App of the Week. Today I'm going to show you a Google add-on called autoCrat. This is a tool that's going to allow you to merge data from a Google spreadsheet into a Google Doc. So this is great use for things like maybe a walkthrough form, or maybe if you're a teacher and you want to have a rubric, you can just use a Google form to evaluate students' work, and that will send that data into a Google Doc and write to the student. And it just makes things a lot easier, a lot of different ways where you can use this. I'm going to use this, show you how I used it at our Digital Learning Academy that we did recently, and show you how I use autoCrat. So the way I start is I just create a Google form, put the information that I want to be collected into my Google form, get the data in my spreadsheet, and now I have all that information ready to go. So once I have the first step for me is just to create my form, get my feedback from my participants. I also need to create the Google Doc that I want my data to merge to. So this is my Google Doc that I made for the session that I did at the Digital Learning Academy. It has the information that I want. You notice it also has this bits of data like this, where you see these little carrots around certain pieces of information. So you notice this one says the date, and you have first name or last name. These are basically fields that were a part of my Google form. So if you go to my spreadsheet where my data was collected, I have a field for first name, I have a field for last name, and there's my date. My date is my timestamp. So this is where you see this is my date, and there's my first name and last name. You have to go and put those into your Google Doc so you know which data needs to merge where in the Google Doc. So once you have these things entered into your Google Doc, you can now run autoCrat. So I'm going to go to my spreadsheet and go to add-ons. And if you don't have autoCrat, you can just go to Get Add-ons and find autoCrat. I'm just going to run mine, and I'm going to select Launch. And then you'll see the screen pop up on the side over here in the margin. Okay. And for the sake of time, I'm going to rerun the one that I've already done before. But what you would normally do is you would start with New Merge Job. So you would select that one. I'm just going to select this old one that I've done before and edit it. But either way, it's going to take you to the same spot. So once you hit select, once you hit the new merge job, it's going to bring you here where it's going to ask you to pull in your Google Doc template. So you would select to go to Drive to pull your template. If you don't have a template, you can always click Create and you can create your template right from here. But you would want to go to Drive and you want to select the template that we just made, like the one I just showed you as an example. It also gives you a list of any previously made templates. So if you've used autoCrat before, you can pull a template that you've already done before. So I'm just going to use the same one that I've already previously used as a part of this particular project. All right, then when it comes up, you get these options here. It's going to ask you, number one, what sheet is this data coming from? I only have one sheet available, so I can leave this the way it is. And then it's going to ask me to match the tags that were in my Google Docs, the ones that had these little characters on the end on both sides of it, match that with the sheet header. So the tag date for me is going to correspond with the timestamp in my spreadsheet. And the same thing with the first name is going to correspond with the first name in my sheet header, and my last name tag is going to correspond with my last name sheet header, so I can move on with this. And the next part, the last part, is my merge settings. It's going to give me a few options up here. Like the first one, it's going to ask me, is a file naming convention. So basically, once this file has been created, what do you want it to be called? And in this case, it's going to be called Google Apps Scripting Certificate 4, and then it's going to pull the first name and the last name of this particular person. I could add things to it if I wanted to. If I wanted to say what school they're from, I can just go here and select this particular tag, the one with the dollar sign next to it, and copy and paste it there, and now it'll say the person's first and last name and their school. I can choose to save it as a Google Doc or PDF, and I can choose to have this emailed to them as well. So if I deselect it, it won't be, but you see I have mine selected, so I have the person's email address that's going to show here. I can just pull this tag from here and copy and paste it here, so now it knows to merge that person's email address there, so it sends the right email to the right person. It has the title of the email. I'm just going to change this to Google Apps Scripting certificate, and then I have a little message here, and again I can insert tags from up here into my message as I did here, so it has the person's school name in the email message, and I also have it set to include this merge document as a view only, so the person will just be able to see this certificate as a view only document. There are some advanced settings. I'm just going to let you guys explore those if you on your own. But I just want to let you guys know there are some things there that you can do, some more advanced kind of things with it. But I'm just going to leave this where it is, and then I'm going to hit save. It's going to save all of these settings and bring me back to my spreadsheet again, my original screen, where I can see the autoCrat job that will show here. And here is the job that it made. And what you would now do is you can preview it. And then once you preview it and everything looks the way you want it to do, you would just select Run Merge. And then it will run that. And then all those people that were in the spreadsheet will get the certificate. And anybody who, anyone else who fills out that Google's form that you made will get one as well. And I'll show you a final product of one so you can see what one will look like. So here is example of one. It has the date of the training, and it has the person's name listed there. So that's autoCrat. It's a Google app, a Google add-on within spreadsheets. It's a really unique tool that I think a lot of you should give a shot.